So if you remember all the properties we talked about so far, one of the key parts is that all interior angles of a triangle add to 180 degrees. So that's going to be key to solve these types of problems. First and foremost, notice how it says 70, 65, and we want to find the degrees of K and Y. So let's focus on K first. They're giving us 2 degrees, and we know all the inside angles have to add to 180. So here we go. So we put 70 plus 65 plus K equals 180. So you add these two together. And when you subtract 135 over, you get K is equal to 45 degrees. So let's make a note of that right next to K. So the additional part, we still have to find Y, but this is using an old concept that we already talked about so far. If you have 2 angles connected together on a straight line, then that means they have to add up to 180 degrees. So what we can do is we know Y has to be 45 degrees less than 180. So using some of those old properties. Well, we already know that that has to be 135 since we already know the difference from the previous problem. So Y is 135 degrees total. So you can do the same process over here, but sometimes it's going to be a little easier to work backwards. Let's zoom in just a little more. Here they're not giving us what the degrees are, so we have a bunch of unknowns. So now we can work the opposite. First find the supplementary angles, and then it could help you find the rest. So we know Z plus 136 needs to give us 180 degrees. Since it's on a straight line. So if you subtract 136 to the other side, we end up getting 44 degrees. All right, so we found Z, but we still need to find our other unknowns. Or at least our x's. So we know adding all those together is also going to give us 180. So do the exact same thing you did last time. We're just going to include those variables. So we have x plus our other angle, x plus 20, plus 44 degrees, has to equal 180. So let's simplify the left-hand side, then isolate our variable x. So x plus x is 2x. 20 plus 44 is 64. So to isolate x, now that all the terms are combined, subtract 64, then we'll divide by 2. So we get 2x is equal to 116. X is equal to 58. So when you plug that in, x is 58 degrees, and then 58 plus 20 is going to give us 78 degrees for our other angle. So there you have it. Anytime you're trying to deal with ones that deal with our outside angles, so you can work with the triangle first, then the outside, or the outside, and then work your way in.